The President has provided instructions to continue uninterrupted investigations into Avantgarde.
At the meeting held with the heads of the government, the President gave instructions to strictly implement the law and continue with the investigations uninterrupted.
An official attached to the Sri Lanka Ports Authority said that the Mahanura vessel with a floating armoury anchored at the Galle harbour was released from its custody. He went on to say that the vessel is being dealt with as an ordinary vessel that reaches the harbour. He added that the operations of the vessel are continuing as before. When Newsfirst contacted the spokesperson for the Sri Lanka Navy, he said that as legal proceedings are underway over the weapons aboard the Mahanura vessel, he cannot make any comment on the matter. Although it was only the Mahanura vessel with a floating armoury anchored at Galle that came to the fore of discussion in society, Avantgarde Maritime Services operates other floating armouries. According to the website of the Avantgarde Maritime Services, the two other floating armouries are placed in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Oman. According to its website, Avantgarde Maritime Services had entered into a joint venture with Rakna Arakshak Lanka Limited to provide infrastructure facilities for international maritime security services. Making a submission before the Presidential Commission of Inquiry to look into large-scale corruption and fraud, Damayanti Jayaratna, a former Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Defence, had accepted that firearms to the Rakna Arakshak Lanka company was provided in violation of the usual legal practice. It was also revealed that 3,473 weapons had been provided to Rakna Arakshak Lanka and only 89 of them have licenses. According to the website of Rakna Arakshak Lanka, it operates two floating armouries, and these vessels too are located in the same vicinity of the large floating armouries operated by Avantgarde Maritime Services. When inquired, the Rakna Arakshak Lanka noted that weapons owned by Rakna Arakshak Lanka were stored in the floating armouries operated by Avantgarde Maritime Services in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Oman. However, Rakna Arakshak Lanka confirmed that the floating armoury in the Gulf of Oman has been withdrawn, while the floating armoury in the Red Sea continues to be operational. When Avantgarde Maritime Services was initiated, Admiral Somatilaka Dissanayake was serving as the commander of the Sri Lankan Navy, and he later served as a consultant to the company. He pointed out that the Sri Lankan Navy earned a higher revenue on maritime security before that task was handed over to Avantgarde Maritime Services. Dissanayake went on to say that due to restrictions on the Sri Lankan Navy in international waters, the Ministry of Defence had handed over that task to Avantgarde. However, he added that the floating armoury in the Mahanura vessel did not hold any weapons from Rakna Arakshak Lanka. The former Navy commander said that under the agreement reached between Avantgarde and Rakna Arakshak Lanka, which functions under the Ministry of Defence, a sum of $1,000 was to be paid to the Sri Lankan Navy for each group. According to Admiral Dissanayake, the Navy commanders who were appointed later on had held discussions with Avantgarde, and the profit percentage to be given to the Sri Lankan Navy had been reduced. Our attempts to contact the chairman of Avantgarde or any official from the company for a comment on the matter proved futile. Views were expressed on the investigations on Avantgarde at several places today.
Avantgarde සිද්ධිය ගැන AG ගේ උපදේශ වැරදි.
The advice from the AG on Avantgarde were wrong. I'm making that clear, and I don't mind going to jail. The advice of the AG is wrong. If the Navy continued to operate the naval floating armoury, Sri Lanka could have earned millions of dollars in revenue. Who directed the funds that were to be reached by the Navy to Avantgarde? A new case needs to be filed to impose punishments. If we let go of their wrongdoings, the people will think that we lied to them during the elections. Yesterday, I made a statement over the Avantgarde incident. I submitted that statement to the leader of the House on Friday. This incident has led to much controversy. I'm aware that the Speaker had also directed his attention to this. Therefore, the government needs to make a statement on this matter. The delay proves that interruptions on the investigation is going to continue. We will make a statement. He made a lengthy statement yesterday. All facts will be looked into and a statement will be made thereafter.